day on our planet, amazing people are doing amazing things. Some result in acts of kindness, others profit. But some are a showcase of talent and skill. Today, we're going to hear the stories of some of the world's most skilled women in an assortment of areas, including a modern-day archer with an ancient twist, a swimmer who covered nearly 3,000 miles in a month, and a bodybuilder who is literally the stuff of legend. Hold on tight, subscribe to the channel, and let's take a closer look at the 10 most skilled women on our planet. Number 10, a lot on her mind. The Luo people live primarily in Kenya and Tanzania. Of the 7 million Luo living in East Africa, many of them hold jobs in urban centers, and several notable contributions to science and media have come from them, including Nobel Peace Prize winners, sports stars, and even Barack Obama's father was a Kenyan Luo. Despite this, there are still many who live a more traditional Luo lifestyle, which is typically highly patriarchal, with one of the woman's primary societal roles being to transport immensely heavy loads, often of water or other liquids over long distances. In order to accomplish this, the Luo women have developed a unique and incredibly effective method for carrying things. Utilizing an absolutely uncanny sense of balance, they are able to carry upwards 70% of their body weight on top of their head. Most people's first reaction would be amazement, followed by concern. After all, carrying over 100 pounds on top of your head surely must have some serious implications for their neck and back. These same concerns have prompted numerous doctors and medical professionals to study the Luo woman. Astonishingly, the only long-term effect they have ever found were permanent grooves that formed in some of the women's heads. These grooves, however, seem to have no adverse effects. And so far, this incredible feat seems perfectly safe and really quite efficient. And if you found these women amazing, just wait until we get to our number 1 entry, a grandmother who climbed the world's tallest mountain after retiring. Number 9, sure shot. Utilizing a skill developed by ancient Scythian warriors to intimidate their enemies, Chainara Madin Kulova has managed to dazzle the world. She first unveiled her incredible and unique talent at the World Nomad Games in Kyrgyzstan in 2016, when she was permitted to use the stance in the archery competition. As it turned out, she wasn't the only one using the stance that day, and she was joined by fellow archer Ada Akhmatova. The World Nomad Games feature a range of events in addition to archery, including horse racing, falconry, mounted archery, belt wrestling, and a sport known as cock boru, in which men on horseback fight over a goat carcass, with the winner being the one who gets it to the goal first. And if you feel like you've seen these amazing posts somewhere before, you're probably right. In 2016, Sophie Dossi, a teenage contortionist and balancer, wowed the judges on America's Got Talent when she replicated the incredible shot during her own performance. While many people would struggle to fire a bow and hit a target under normal conditions, these women deserve a phenomenal amount of recognition for this incredible, feat. Before we go on, like this video, pop the subscribe button, and ring the notification bell right now, or the ghost in your closet will manifest itself tonight. Number 8, can't be stopped. Our number 8 entry is a testament to the power of skill and determination. Harriet Thompson has survived cancer twice, and in 1999, she became a regular at the San Diego Rock and Roll Marathon, where she ran for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Foundation every year until 2015. The 2015 race was her last. However, it put her in the history books as the oldest runner to ever participate in the events. She was an incredible 92 years and 93 days old. Amazingly, the only time in 16 years that Harriet missed the event was in 2003, when she was undergoing cancer treatments. In total, her efforts raised over $115,000 for cancer research, and inspired thousands of people around the world to get out and make a positive change. Number 7, remember me? Have you ever forgotten something like a birthday or location? Most people would probably say they have, but Marilu Henner can't relate. If you've heard of Marilu's name before, it might be because you are a fan of classic television. Marilu got her first big break playing Elaine Nardo on the hit TV show Taxi from 1978 to 1983, but her accomplishments as an actor aren't even the most shocking thing about her. Marilu is one of just 100 confirmed cases of hyperthymesia in the entire world. Hyperthymesia, also known as highly superior autobiographical memory. Because of this, she can recall precise details from nearly every day of her life. She explained to interviewers that when she goes through her memory, It is similar to viewing tiny movie montages playing through her mind simultaneously. When she wants to remember something, she scrolls through all the clips in her mind until she finds the part she's looking for. Number 6. Trailblazer. Most people will likely go their entire lives without taking part in a marathon, much less an internationally renowned one. Of course, Roberta Gibbs isn't most people. Instead, Roberta Gibbs is the 3-time winner of the Boston Marathon's women's division from an era before the event was officially sanctioned: 1966, 1967, and 1968. In fact, her 1966 win came with another distinction. It made her the first woman ever to run and complete the Boston Marathon. At that time in history, it was believed that women were not physically able to compete in marathons, and as such, were banned from competing in any event longer than 1.5 miles. This made Roberta's win especially revolutionary, and it is seen as a key factor in triggering the second wave feminist movements. Number 5. The Minerva Her. On April 29, 1895, a new style of live events was becoming popular. Known as strength exhibition performances, the event was similar to modern-day bodybuilding competitions, allowing contestants to put their extreme physical fitness on display in front of hundreds or thousands of spectators. Taking the scene by storm was a woman called only Minerva and dubbed the world's strongest woman. During her show, she would lift heavy weights and dumbbells with ease, even juggling them in front of stunned onlookers. But one night, she took it a step further. At the end of her show, she invited 18 adult men onto the stage and had them stand on a platform. Then, using heavy chains, she stood above them and proceeded to lift the entire platform, holding nearly 300 pounds of weight. What happened next is the source of some debate. Considering the modern woman's deadlift record is under 700 pounds, it is easy to be skeptical. One thing is for sure, while her achievements may have been contested, her contributions to the world of women's bodybuilding are unquestionable. Number 4. Going the distance. When Jennifer Fidge arrived at Trinidad, she didn't only get there by plane or boat. Instead, she had swam through the Atlantic Ocean. She was 56 years old when she set off from the Cape Verde Islands just off Africa's western coast on January 12, 2009. Swimming 8 hours a day, enclosed in a moving shark tank, she covered an incredible 2,160 miles, arriving in Chacachacare Island in Trinidad off Venezuela. While there were sections she couldn't swim for a variety of reasons, she certainly swam the majority of the Atlantic, battling strong winds and waves up to 30 feet high. The 24-day journey was a grueling ordeal and allowed the Colorado native the opportunity to inspire millions around the world with her phenomenal journey. Number 3. Tumbler. Simone Biles first fell in love with gymnastics when she was just 6 years old, and she never looked back. Today, at the age of 24 years old, she is seen as one of the world's greatest gymnasts and works with younger, up-and-coming gymnasts to give them the skills and confidence they will need to compete on the world stage. Simone herself caught the attention of the world in 2010, when she took gold in the floor exercise and bronze in the vault at the Women's Junior Olympic National Championships. But this was only the beginning. In 2011, she broke through to the elite ranking and was awarded the record for the most medals ever won by a female gymnast in sports history. When she received her 10th, not surprisingly, Simone wasn't content to stop there. In 2018, she won a further 4 golds, 1 silver, and 1 bronze at the World Championships. Today, she cemented her position as the most decorated female gymnast in the world with an astounding 20 gold medals to her name. Number 2. Belle of the South Pole. From a very young age, Liv Arnesen of Norway had been fascinated by cross-country skiing and polar history. As a young child, Liv had spent winters and Easter holidays in the Norwegian mountains, and at age 9, she read Roald Amundson's account of his expedition to the South Pole. It seemed that her fate was sealed. In 1992, Liv took part in the first all-female team to make an unsupported crossing of the Greenland ice cap. Then, just 2 years later, she made a daring solo expedition to the South Pole that took her across 745 miles of Earth's toughest terrain. The journey took a total of just 50 days. In addition to her work as an adventurer, Liv is also a motivational speaker, an ambassador to the Norwegian Refugee Council, and co-owner of an exploration company with fellow adventurer Anne Bancroft. Number 1. New Heights. Tamei Watanabe was 28 years old when she decided to take up mountain climbing. And in 1977, she climbed the 6,190 meters of McKinley in Alaska in the late 90s. Tamei officially retired and moved back to her hometown. In May 2002, at the age of 63, she decided it would be a good time to climb Mount Everest. She did and became the oldest woman ever to do so. Needless to say, she could have easily retired for good at this point, and she kind of did for another 10 years. In 2012, not satisfied with sitting still too long, May decided to break her own record by climbing Mount Everest again. This time at the age of 73, in addition to Mount McKinley and Mount Everest, May has also scaled Mount Block, Mount Kilimanjaro, and Aconcagua. That's all for 10 most skilled women on our planet. Which one was your favorite? Can you think of another incredibly skilled woman? Let us know in the comments.